A monument to our suffering.
I don't know why, but it feels like it looks so much better than it did.
And
If they've scaled up the rendering or anything like that.
a usurper sits on a frozen throne. But no king rules forever.
And it's got closed captioning. So dope. She's still got that cut mark on her eye from I guess it wouldn't heal. Do undead heal? I mean, I guess she could get a healer, but is this supposed to have happened right after that? I mean, it's immediacy. I think the quality of the video is much, much amped up.
Unfit to wear this crown. To wield so much power.
That power will be your prison.
Just seems like there's so much more detail.
This world is a prison. Us all free.
Alright, now that we've got that out of the way, So I got my beta key, obviously. I got it a few weeks ago. I debated logging in. As I said, I didn't want to get too exposed to the world and become as just worn out on the content as I did before. I was in alpha and beta the last time through. But what I do, I'm torn right now. I don't know whether I want to play Disc or whether I want to play Shadow in this next expansion. So what I want to do is spend some time playing a little bit of each one and see how I feel about it. I want to go over all the spells, rotations, and all that, talents, and just spend a little bit of time thinking about what exactly it is that I want to do, because I'll be honest, I've become a little disenchanted with healing, especially on Disc. Disc in the last expansion was pretty hard to do on 5-mans, and didn't quite get the respect it should have gotten in raids because we didn't measure up. There's a lot of intangibles that we didn't get credit for, and so I didn't feel like, I necessarily got the kind of respect that I wanted as a healer. I used to play Holy. I consider playing Holy, but if I'm going to heal, I'm going to play Disc. I want to level on Disc. I like the fact that I don't fear anything in any zone. But it would be nice not to have that responsibility of having to heal everybody. And just go in and just blow shit up. So that's the decision I'm trying to make. So in this particular video, we're going to go over Disc. And then I'll make another one where we go over Shadow. So let's go ahead and make our character. Of course, he'll be a priest. We have the new customization. I'm going to call him the same as my main. I just want to randomize him, I think. Can I randomize? Oh, there we go. Randomize. Alright, let's go with that. Okay, gave me level 60. This is good. I got gear. Let's enter the world. We're on Torghast is the realm we're on. I don't know what the beta realms are, so we'll just take what they're recommending. There's the new splash screen, the loading screen. I guess he's the jailer. Is that the arbiter? Yep. Alright, hopefully they'll have some of the storyline. I would like to get a little bit of the storyline. I do know quite a bit about what's going on now. I've done a little bit of research. My talents have been reset. That's fine. So it looks like we're going to have to set ourselves up a little bit. Covenants. Character customization, we know that. And Shadowlands. So we'll close this. I'm willing to bet, I guess I got all these achievements because there was some scenario that we skipped through, maybe? I don't know. That looks like a map with 4 zones, so I guess we're in the Shadowlands. New 3D quest icons. I have unread mail. Alright, so let's do a couple of things. First of all, it looks like I'm set up for Shadow. So let's go ahead and flip over to Disc. I'm pretty sure none of my add-ons are going to work. So, alright. Alright, well, we do have mailboxes. That's good. Let's go ahead and talk.
Trust in the purpose.
Choosing your purpose. Each covenant is vital to the Shadowlands. Speak to the covenants. Decide how your path is entwined with the purpose. So I guess I need to pick a covenant already. Normally we would be at level 50 starting, and we would work our way through to level 60 and get to experience all of the covenant abilities.
Your path is chosen.
So we got to talk to these folks. Talk to General Draven.
Greetings, Maul Walker.
How could the Venthyr benefit me? Okay. So we have abilities. These are the covenant abilities, I'm guessing. Show them out. Oh, is that the gear I would get with him? That's pretty dope. Okay, I like the red. That's pretty nice. Venthyr are these are the guys from Revendreth, who are basically the soul vampires. The abilities: assault an enemy's mind, dealing shadow damage. Does it work with atonement? For 5 seconds, the next 4,500 damage they deal will heal their target. Yeah, alright. This is basically a blink. Door of Shadows. Wind through the shadows, appearing at the targeted location. General Draven. Okay, these are our soul binds. I guess these are like our followers. And Sanctum feature. Help rebuild Prince Renathal's influence through the most venerated of Venthyr traditions, throwing amazing parties. Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that. So you basically have to
Certain death and eternal torment.
help throw the
are
party.
not reasons to fail in one's
That doesn't
duty.
sound fun to me.
My blades are at your
Necro Lords. That's pretty cool too. Among the Necrolords, strength is rewarded and weakness cast aside. Unholy Nova explodes. An explosion of dark energy infects enemies within 15 yards. With Unholy Transfusion, heals up to 6 allies. Allies who damage this target are healed for 40. Fleshcraft. Form a shield of flesh and bone over 4 seconds that absorbs damage equal to 20% of your maximum health. Channeling near a corpse claims their essence to grow the shield up to 50% of your maximum health. Huh. Nice shield. Soul binds. Sanctum feature the nexus of the Maldraxian art of the flesh crafting, allows you to construct new companions to join you on your adventure. This you can make A-bombs and have them join you.
Do not forsake your allies.
Alright, so basically we're learning about the covenants here. Pole March Addressees. So this one's from Bastion.
What troubles
These
you?
are the Kyrians. See, that's more like a disc priest raiments there. Nice mount. Do like it. Do like it. The Kyrian are steadfast guardians of the afterlife who bear the souls of the dead into the Shadowlands. Okay. Boon of the Ascended. Draw upon the power of the Ascended for 10 seconds, granting you access to Ascended Nova, replacing Smite with Ascended Blast, and increasing movement speed by 50%. 3-minute cooldown, 1.4 second cast. Upon expiration, releases an Ascended Eruption. Explode for arcane damage and healing based on the number of targets. Damage and healing increased by 3% for each stack of boon. An ancient rite of combat in which you act as a tactical guide for companions of Bastion. Alright. Well, that seems okay.
Find your purity.
As I talk to each one of these, I become neutral with them. If you look down here in the... And I guess the last one we're going to talk to is the Lady Moonberry
So nice to see
of
you.
the Night Fae. I don't like that. I don't like that. What's the mount look like? No, I've got moose. The Night Fae tend to fallen nature spirits. Yeah, this is... Night Fae is not for me, I don't think. Let's see what the abilities are. Call forth 3 fairy guardians to attend your targets. Wrathful Fairy, direct attacks. Guardian Fairy reduces damage. Benevolent Fairy increases the cooldown recovery rate of a major ability. Soul Shape. Turn into a Vulpin, teleporting 15 yards. Okay, that doesn't sound terribly attractive to me. I guess I'm going to go with Kyrian. I like the Kyrian one the best, I think.
Such witty
I don't know that I have to... I don't know that I have to pick one.
I speak.
Have I made a
for the
decision?
one who is
Oh, do I have to pick? How do I pick? Choose your covenant. Alright, so we choose our covenant through this map here. Alright, let's go with Kyrian. I say that for 2 reasons. First of all, I like the gear and the mount. Second of all, I think the gear is... I mean, the skills are more to my liking.
Come forth and be judged. Until we speak again,
Report to Pole March Addressees.
all will be judged fairly.
You are seen.
Hail, Maw Walker. I'm a Maw Walker. You'll be well at home among the Kyrian brother. We welcome your aid. The Archon was so confident in this outcome that she has arranged a grand reception for you in honor of your efforts against the Maldraxxus incursion into our realm. For now, all you must do is journey into the seat of eternal hymns. I shall meet you there. Meet Pole March Addressees at the seat of eternal hymns in Bastion.
Remain humble.
Fly to Heroes Rest in Bastion. And we will look for target dummy there. And we'll set our talents and talk about our spells.
How may I serve?
Okay, here's the map. I can go anywhere. So, we're going to go to... There's the Hall of Atonement. That's Revendreth. Ardenweald. Heroes Rest. Aspirants Rest. Well, let's fly where we're supposed to fly.
This crisis.
Let's get some scenery here. Cool. Very ethereal. Super pretty.
I am glad you arrived safely. You wish to be of service? I am the Archon's will. In this moment, we shall follow the path together. Come. Brothers and sisters, hear me. On this day, we have come together for a momentous occasion. The Moorwalker has proven that they are an ally not only to Bastion, but to all the Shadowlands. They have chosen to join our vaunted ranks to help us reclaim our realm. Behold our glorious Archon, she who was ancient when this realm was young.
Step forward. Face your fellow Kyrian, so they may welcome you as one of their own. This mortal has not been long upon our path, but their strides have echoed throughout the halls of the Ascended. In service to our cause, they have defended our temples against invasion, exposed the traitor to Nathrius, and braved the terrors of the Maw itself. On this day, we welcome them into our sacred covenant. Together, we will restore peace and order to this realm. Glory to Bastion!
These brave souls are your kin now, Moorwalker. Welcome. You have questions. We all serve a greater good. Stay true to our eternal charge.
Alright, so here we are. We're in Hero's Rest. We do have our quest to go do, and it is a little bit away, but what I did find was the target dummy, so we can go ahead and start looking at our talents and spells. So let's go ahead and do that. Kyrian Combat Trainer. Got a couple of dummies here. Alright, so let's go with talents first. So as a disc, we have up to level 50 abilities. We're going to go through and look at what the recommended talents are for the disc, and then I'm going to tell you what I'm going to pick based on my own personal experience. So we have our first row here for level 15. We've got Castigation, fires an additional penance. Twist of Fate, after healing a target below 35% health, you deal 20% increased damage. And Schism, attack the enemy soul with a Surge of Shadow, and increases your spell damage to the target by 25% for 9 seconds. I've always run with Schism. However, I know a lot of folks that run Twist of Fate, but I'm going to stay with Schism right now. Because mainly I'm going to be I'm level 60 now, so when I'm leveling, though, I want to be able to do the extra damage. And in Raid, I want to be able to do the extra damage and have that turn into Atonement. So let's go ahead and go with Schism. Now the next one is our movement. Our movement row. A lot of folks prefer Angelic Feather because it gives you the ability to place them, and you get 3 of them. I prefer Body and Soul. I prefer to be able to control when the person gets it and who gets it based on me shielding them. I also like to shield myself and have a speed boost there as well. It's a lot easier to do Body and Soul, but again, I like it because oftentimes the tank's going to want to boost and I can boost them and shield them at the same time. I prefer Body and Soul. The next one is our, well, I would normally call this our row for regenerating mana. So whenever Power Word Shield is completely absorbed, you restore mana. You can have a Mind Bender, which increases the mana from your Shadow Fiend, and Power Word Solace, striking the enemy, returns you 1% of your maximum mana. So we're going to go ahead and choose Power Word Solace. Now Power Word Solace, I don't know that I have Holy Fire anymore, but it replaces Holy Fire in the rotation. Next we have reducing cooldown of Psychic Scream, Psychic Voice. Maybe if I did PvP. Dominant Mind, you may also control your own character while mind controlling. How often do we mind control? Shining Force, create a burst of light around a friendly target. So if you're in a 5-man or whatever, you want to knock back some stuff, or if you're getting beat up, Shining Force will be fine. Alright, the next row, Sins of the Many. Your damage increased by up to 12%, diminished for each ally affected by your atonement. Contrition. When you heal with Penance, everyone with your atonement is healed. Shadow Covenant. Make a shadowy pact, healing the target and 4 other injured allies for a certain amount. Now, I always played with Shadow Covenant. The experts are recommending Sins of the Many. Now, the reason I didn't do Sins of the Many is because when I'm in a raid, if I've got 10 people in there, if I've even got 8 people in there, and I do a Radiance on them, I do Power Word Radiance on 8 people, well, my damage increase is gone. So, I don't know how this is good for raid. I really don't. We're gonna go with the Sins of the Many because that's what's recommended, and I can't come up with a good reason not to. Okay, Purge the Wicked. The next row, Purge the Wicked, cleanses the target with fire. When somebody is afflicted by Purge the Wicked and you hit Penance on them, it will spread the Purge the Wicked. So that's a nice thing. Divine Star you only want to use when you're grouped up with folks. And if you're solo questing, you're not grouped up with anyone. Halo you only want to use when your folks are at a distance. And Halo doesn't work the same way it used to anymore. Halo actually used to be the farther away you were, the more impact it would be. And that's not the way it is anymore. So for our questing purposes, we're going to use Purge the Wicked. And finally, on our row 50, Spirit Shell is the new old talent. We used to have Spirit Shell as a spell. Spirit Shell, for 10 seconds, Penance, Power Word, Radiance, and Atonement create Absorb Shields for 100% of their value instead of healing. I don't know how good that is. All it does is change the healing to shields. Lenience, Atonement reduces damage taken. Or Evangelism. Evangelism extends the duration of all your atonement. Evangelism is clearly the best selection on row 50. I would always pick Evangelism every time. So there's a few things that have gone away. The Luminous Barrier, which was a replacement for for Power Word Barrier, that's gone. Light's Caress is gone. So with the unpruning and with some other changes that were made, we'll talk about a few of our spells here. First of all, we got Mind Blast back. This was taken from us some time ago. This blasts the target mind for 889 shadow. So this is a single target. We now have Mind Soothe, which soothes the target, reducing the range at which it will attack you by 10 yards. Only affects humanoid and dragonkin. Does not cause threat. So you can possibly use this in a Mythic Plus or whatever to sneak past some mobs. That might be a benefit. And they've given us back Shadow Word Death. Shadow Word Death, of course, is a kill shot. However, if you don't kill them when you trigger it, you take the damage back to yourself. So you got to be a little careful about that. We'll play with this a little bit on the target dummy to see what kind of effect it has. Now I want to give myself my sidebars, and I want to redo my spells here. So give me a second, and I'll be right back. All right. So I've set my toolbars. Now what I tend to do is the stuff I don't use, but I might use, I kind of put over here on my top right. Basically what I'm looking at is I'm missing a lot of stuff, which is probably going to be like trinkets and potions and things like that. Now, Pain Sup, Barrier, I'll put up here. Purify, I will put up here. Actually, I want to have Master Spell near Purify. So a lot of these spells I won't even have up on my toolbar. For example, the Power Word Shield I won't have on my toolbar. I'll have that from Voodoo. But I have to have it on there because I'm going to need to shield myself. Shadow Mend, I'll put here. That would normally be on my Voodoo bar, so that wouldn't even be there. Alright, so here's a general rundown of the disc spells now. We've got Evangelism we got from our talent. That extends the duration of our atonements. Not a big deal for when you're out leveling and questing. Holy Nova. So that is an AoE spell, but it also does AoE healing. There's a change to Holy Nova in that now when you cast it, if it goes above 5 targets, it reduces the healing it does. So that's no bueno, but it is what it is. Mass Res. Okay, Mass Res brings all the dead parties back to life. In other words, you're the guy that has to run back while everybody else takes a break, and then you res everybody. Mind Seer. Now this is Return to Us. This is a AoE spell and is very helpful when you're doing AoE atonement healing. But basically, this is your channeled spell that does main damage to your primary target, spillover damage to all enemies within 10 yards. So we've gotten that back, and the way I divide up my toolbar is I'll tend to have my single target rotation on the left and my AoE target rotation on the right. The spells I use the least I'll have over here, and a lot of the utility spells, a lot of these things, Shadow Mend, Power Word Shield, those are going to go into my Voodoo raid tiles. So that's, a lot of stuff that's on here is not going to be on this toolbar. It seems a little crowded now, that's why. Alright, so you get your Pain Sup, which is your standard tank reduction of damage. We're not going to use that much while we're questing. Penance. Okay, so you get your standard penance. That's definitely in the rotation. Power Word Barrier. Not going to use it while you're questing, but definitely in certain circumstances in raids you'll be asked to use it in order to avoid damage to clustered or stacked people. Radiance. This is a primary tool you'll use for putting a lot of atonements on a lot of people. whoever the target is, it heals them, and then 4 injured allies and applies atonement. So you have 2 charges. You can apply atonement to 10 people at a time. This is why I say that the one talent, Sins of the Many, does not seem so great to me, because I cast 2 Radiances, and then I extend that with Evangelism, and I've totally made this thing disappear. Yeah, so it's fine when you're out there on your own and you shield yourself, and you're the only one with atonement. But when you've got 8 people or more with atonement, this totally negates the Sins of the Many buff. That's why I would tend to use, in a raid, I would tend to use Shadow Covenant. So anyway, back to this. Power Word Solace. That is replacing Holy Fire. That was a talent selection. Purge the Wicked replaces your Shadow Word Pain. That's in your single target rotation. Purify. Keep it on the toolbar. I keep it here again with my things I use to help dispel and to make pain go away. Rapture. Now, Rapture is going to be very important in raiding. Basically, and this is a change on Rapture now, by the way. When you trigger Rapture, whoever you're targeted gets Power Word shielded, and then for the next 8 seconds, your Power Word shield is boosted up to 200%. And there's no more weakened soul, so you can recast that on folks who you've already casted your Power Word shield on. So this is great during shielding. You would want to trigger this and execute a large number of shields on people if you need them to move fast, or if you need them to be able to absorb a lot of incoming damage. So this is something you cast in advance of damage incoming. Schism, that is a talent we've chosen. Attack the enemy's soul. Dealing shadow damage, increasing your spell damage to the target. So this is part of your single target and multi-target rotation. This is typically what I start with. I'll explain my rotation in a minute. Shadow Mend, this would normally be on my voodoo bars, so you wouldn't see it on my toolbar, but this is a primary direct heal. It is similar to Flash Heal on the Holy Priest. The only problem is when you put this on somebody, there's a price. They take damage over time. I've never known it to be a problem. Shadow Fiend, that's when you bring up your pet to restore mana. You can do the mana, what is it? Oh, Mindbender if you want. I'm going to stick with the Solace. Shining Force, this was also a talent. This is the one where whatever your target you trigger this on, there's a burst of light, knocks folks back, slows their movement. Might be good in Mythic Pluses or whatever. I don't think I've ever really used it. And then your passive stuff, your Atonement. This is what your healing is accomplished by. You have to have Atonement on people. Shield, Shadow Mend, Radiance, all 3 of these apply Atonement. And once you have Atonement applied on folks, you can start doing your own damage, and it heals them. So 50% of the damage done. This is your Mastery bonus. Healing and Absorption is increased by 20%. And Power of the Dark Side. Oftentimes, Purge the Wicked has a chance to empower your next penance, increasing its effectiveness by 50%. So that's a nice little thing to have. We'll see that as we are running through here. Now, one of the things I did want to point out is what our primary stats are. So our stat priority starts with our item level. Haste is next. We want to have haste so that we get more ticks on our Shadow Word Pain, so that our Shadow Fiend hits more, so that we are able to get more spells cast while folks have Atonement, and also so we can get some of our long-term casts, like our long cast items like Radiance, down, so we can cast them faster and get back on to doing damage. So haste, then crit, then mastery and versatility. So our mastery bonus, not so important to us. Alright, so I'm just going to go through the single target rotation real quickly on this target dummy. So typically if I'm out running around, out in the whatever, I want to kill this guy, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to schism him. Then I'm going to follow that up with a Power Word Solace. And the reason I do those two is because they both have cooldowns. Now I do Schism first because there's a cast time. If I did any one of these instant casts first, and then I did Schism, well, that's 1.4 seconds that this thing's going to be running at me to get me. So I'm going to do Schism. I'm going to do Power Word Solace. I'm going to do Purge the Wicked. I'm going to do a Mind Blast. All of those have cooldowns. I'm going to do Penance, and then I'm going to start smiting. And smiting. And smiting. I can do another Purge the Wicked. Penance. Now, I just got my buff. Okay, I just got my... Where'd it go? Oh, apparently I used it. Alright, so, often before I attack, I'm also going to shield myself. So now I have Atonement on myself. You see that right there? Oh, that's Purge the Wicked on him. Okay, so I've got Atonement on myself, if you see that right here. So as soon as I shielded myself, I got Atonement, so I'm going to shield. I'm going to Schism. And now I'm also healing myself as well as attacking the bads. So we're going to do a Mind Blast. We're going to do a Penance. We're going to Smite. We're going to... Now watch this. I'm going to do a Shadow Word Death. Now, you saw my health. Hardly even moved. So the big concern about Shadow Word Death being a hog on your health at this level, it's not a big deal. Okay? So that's my single target rotation. Schism, Solace, Purge the Wicked, Mind Blast, Penance, and Smite, and Death. Now, if I'm talking about AoE, well, also, if I need a quick boost, I can do my Power Infusion. That increases your haste quite a bit. I don't tend to do that out in the wild. Now, if you have need to kill a number of things or do damage to a number of things, you can go ahead and do Schism on the single target, and then you do Power Word Solace, and then you can do Purge the Wicked, and if you hit Penance next, it's going to spread that Purge the Wicked. And then you can do a Mind Sear, and it's doing damage to everything around it as well. You can drop in a Mind Blast, you can drop in another, you know. Alright? So you're gonna want to use your Mind Sear, and you know, you can always do Holy Nova, but I only use that when I'm running low level dungeons to wipe through the mobs really quickly. So as far as healing goes, now if I don't have my raid frame, so it's difficult for me to necessarily do this. But if I were healing in a raid, I would want to have Atonement on a bunch of folks. I would probably drop a Mind Sear and a Purge the Wicked, which is a damage over time. Then I would use my rain frames to drop in a couple of Radiances. And then I would extend that with Evangelism. And then I would probably hit Power Fusion if I didn't hit that before the Radiance, and start hammering. Okay? And at this point we're now doing a pretty good amount of healing to a large number of people. Now Radiance is back. I can drop another Radiance. So now I'm hitting Radiance on half the rate at a time. 5 people. Well, if it's a 10-man, you know. And if there's mobs, I can drop in the Mind Sear. So there you go. It's a pretty simple rotation. It's not terribly complex. I'll give myself a little fortitude because I'm gonna go start questing now. So there's my thoughts on talent, spells, and rotation for Disc. So we're gonna call that a chapter done. And now I'm gonna get out in the world, start questing. Now that I have my spells laid out. I do want my mount. Where'd my mount go? What was I using? Nightborn Mana Saber. Alright. So I'm going to go start questing and seeing how Disc feels out in the world. And let's get a feel for it. We'll do a few quests, and then I'll tell you what I think. Alright, so As I noted in the Covenant section, I appeared to have muted my microphone and didn't turn it back on. So I am having to replay a little bit of the gameplay part here, which is fine, to share that with you. And we're just going to do a couple of things here. So the first part of the Kyrian campaign is you have to do this one quest called A Calling in Bastion, basically completing 3 world quests. Well, I did one in the previous gameplay, so we're going to do a couple of more world quests here and finish that off and see how it works out. So we got one here. We're going to go down here and retrieve Gatamatos. I don't know what that is. What I do know is that I don't want to jump off the platform. I did that before because that's what I do as a disc priest, as a basically unkillable disc priest. Except, oops, well, I guess I am doing that. So guess what? I just jumped off. Well, that's what I get for standing too close to the edge. So anyway, let's see. Totally kind of threw me for a loop. So normally you would click on the little transporter and it would teleport you like right up here, somewhere up here. So we're going to get on our mount and work our way over there to this quest. Now, one of the things that we do have is this heads-up display. You see that it gives you direction. It'll also give you distance once you get close enough. I'm probably going to have to do some fighting, which is good.
Rivalry between Nina and Globus has spanned eons. I am certain they will have a use for you. In the spirit of competition, of course.
Cloudfeather Greatwing. It seems to just be a normal level 60 mob, so let's go ahead and take him out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast my instance, and when he gets up here, then I'm going to go ahead and cast my shield, and then I'll do, my general stuff here. So right now I've got an atonement on me because I casted my shield, and we'll just keep up with the cooldowns for the damage over time stuff. Drop a quick Shadow Mend, just because I don't like going down in health, and we'll start our rotation over. Shadow Word Death, boom. Not bad. Quick self-penance while I'm running. Don't know where I'm going. Do I need to be up top? Is it up there? 110 yards up there. Well, we got to do a little fighting, but we need to go up here and go around. Just keep an eye on things, make sure I'm not pulling anything. So over there we've got Lion Tamer's Harness. I guess, I don't know exactly what that is, but okay. Gatamatos retrieved. I'm retrieving him. The Hall of Beasts lies directly below us. Please train Gatamatos there. So I guess we need to go back around and down. If I'm mounted, will he follow me? Yes. So I guess we're gonna go take him down and train him. See, this has this training, or this world quest has follow-on stuff. So there's ethereal or agitated ether worms. So we got to go kill those things, which is good. Alright, so we want to make sure we don't cast anything that... And these are not cross-faction taggable, as we can see. We've got this bear over here who is... So that's one kill. I guess we have to go inside this this cave here, kill 8 agitated ether worms, and get 6 training gems. Now I'm not sure why he attacked that. I don't know that he got anything for it. Alright, we'll just do our rotation here. I'll show you Boon of the Ascended. This is our Covenant ability. Let's do that. The Ascended Blast and Ascended Nova. So that's kind of cool. So I guess we just keep going down in here and... Is that a crystal? Leonid. I don't have any reason to kill him. Not part of my quest. What is this? Order search. Order. So we ordered Gatamatos to search for the gems. Kind of like back in like that quest back in Stranglethorn where you have the little baby. Oh, I got 2 gems. The little baby raptor that searches for things. But we'll continue just doing this right here. Let's go down a little ways and try the... I guess this will... Ooh. Yeah, I was just watching him just in case. Let's go ahead and shield. So it's our standard rotation, the one I showed you in the previous sections. No big deal. Go over this way some and see if our thing lights up. So basically, once this lights up, he knows to do his search. And there's 2 more. Pop a shield just to get an atonement on myself and avoid some damage. So Schism was not yet cooled down, so we'll have to deal with him schismless. I'm going to drop a shield. Now we can Schism. Alright, we'll try to light this up again. And we've killed all of the agitated ether worms, but we're stuck down here in the bottom of this Speak to Pelodus. Now it does show there's a purple thing. Lion Tamer's Harness. Received a Kyrian Smith kit. Repair target item to full durability. Well, isn't that special? And Larian treats. What are Larian treats? I don't know. Okay, let's work our way out of here. Sadly, we have to fight our way out. No, we don't, actually. Oh, yeah, we do. Because we pulled him. I'm going to do my Boon of the Ascended because I can. Alright, so it's a pretty cool effect. So I cast my instant, then I do a quick shield before he gets to me, and then a Mind Blast, and a Penance, and Smiting. Pretty easy single target rotation there. Right, so go through it again. Schism. Shield. Mind Blast, Penance, and Smiting. So all this time I'm healing myself. I've got a shield to protect myself, and I'm healing myself as I'm damaging the... I mean, it's hard to beat that, to be honest. Alright. Oh, man. Did I pull both of these? Alright. I think I switched. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of... Should not have... I power word death the wrong guy. But look, you know, I was totally botching my rotation, and I killed both of those, and I'm at full health. I mean, it's just how it is. You're playing disc. Do love this color of the, and how soft that looks. It just looks so soft and nice. Alright, so let's turn this in. That's one more world quest down. We'll do the third and see what kind of treats we get for doing that.
You stand before the Ascended.
Formation training.
Our charge is sacred. Our vigil resolute.
I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing here. Let's take a look.
Yes, mortal.
First formation complete. Ah, click. Wrong. Wrong. This is just annoying.
Gratitude of one is motivation for the other.
Ethereal Ambrosia.
Stronger for your efforts.
Use. Infuse 65 stored anima into your Covenant reservoir. Alright. And we get quests here. If they're not world quests, I don't want to know.
Discipline in all things.
Alright. I don't want to do that. So I have one quest to turn in here, so that's another world quest. Let's go do that. I think I get an offhand, 151 offhand. Don't need it, but we'll go do that and we'll finish up quickly finish up the dailies. This time we're going to go the proper way to Hero's Rest. We should have a place to ascend, like somewhere over here. So let's go up to the road. And we'll just follow the road around and get there. Don't know what that is. We need to get to the main road. And we could go kill the rare, but no. Heraclore. The This doesn't remind me of Outlands or anything. So we're looking for the, there it is. This little formation here is the teleporter back up to Hero's Rest. So we'll go to Hero's Rest, we'll fly over to the other section, turn the one quest in, and then we will finish off our world quest and see if we get any kind of decent goodie bags from that. This is our teleporter here. Alright, we want to go to, well, I guess the closest place is Aspirant's Rest. Let's go there.
You have faced much.
Thank you.
Flight.
This is what we're flying. So lots of quests. I'm trying not to do quests. I don't want to burn myself before the raid the expansion actually drops. I'm only doing this because I wanted to, I wanted to get a little gameplay feel on the disc, and it feels like it always has. It's fine. I'm perfectly happy being a disc at this point as questing as being out in the world. But again, my big challenge is I don't really want to heal, so. Let's see. Looks like that's a way up. Maybe? Well, that was nice.
The Void opened massive portals to usher in their forces. If we did not destroy them, there would be no hope of victory.
Void 3 Void gateways closed. Vesper of History rang. So that sounds like a bell. Look how soft and fluffy this all looks. Oh my god. Look how it moves individually when you run through it. It's really some fabulous fabulous work. Okay, so there's a circle. I don't see any void gateways. Oh, apparently we're being told storyline stuff here. Okay, so we can turn this in.
You. It was my pleasure.
I don't want your quest. Vesper of History. Holy crap, look at me. Ah, you have to ring the Vesper of History first. Well, this one I can click. So, let's see. I guess I'm having to kill these dudes while I'm trying to close it. That's kind of lame. So, it looks like we have to click on it several times, and while we're clicking on it, it's going to keep spawning these things, so. Let's try it again. Alright. And the void collar. Okay, so basically you're going to be trying to close these things and they're going to keep spawning stuff. Very much a pain in the ass. This guy's pretty stout. Duboon. Yeah, we'll keep shielding, no big deal. And well, it'll take us a while to burn him down. He's clearly a quest dude. So he is meant to be a little hardy. Pop shield. Keep our rotation going. No big whoop. Now my Shadow Word Death popped because he's at such low health, but that's not gonna kill him yet. It still didn't. Okay, so that's what we have to go through to kill one of these flippin' void gateways. That's a pain in the ass. First of all, you gotta find them. Something's targeting me. So I did that Shadow Word Death. Now there is a cooldown. Didn't do much damage to me. Alright, so I guess let's find continue to find the how we started it, might as well finish it. Void gateways. So we're sort of leaving the area here. There's one. Ah, so they pop up on the mini-map as a little dot. Okay. And you get partially done challenging and channeling, and that pops up. Alright, so some pretty good damage there. I don't want to pull those other two. So we got those oozlings. I'm doing doing my AoE on this stuff, and like I said, I'm standing up here to not pull these other void guards. Sorry, need to change positions. That's cool. We only had to go through the one cycle. And we'll do our rotation. Just keep shielding. Same rotation. I know, we're working our way through this. A couple of smites here, we'll do a death. Didn't kill him. A couple of Shadowmans just to top us off. Alright, well, let's find our third and final Void Gateway now that we know what we're looking for. The big portals. And I was worried most of these guys are in combat, so they're not going to chase you down for the most part. Except those little fuckers there. Excuse my language. Okay, we got this guy. Alright, I'm going to pull him because I can do the AoE on the rest of these little guys here. Alright, so we just got the Purge the Wicked on all them. Now we'll do a Mind Seer. I'll do a quick couple of Shadow Men's just to make sure we're okay. And I'm going to do a Power Infusion. Quick shield, a couple of Shadow Men's. Then we'll get the AoE stuff going again. Like I said, they can't kill us as long as we keep doing that. We've used hardly any mana. Oh. I killed and retargeted, but right before I cast my Shadow Word Death, so I took that full force. Okay. Are we going to complete the channel? No. I know my rotation's all screwed up, but okay. Now let's do a little AoE. If this guy closes that, I'm going to be pissed.
With the gateways closed, our forces had a fighting chance.
Alright. So we got for that, we got our 151. Guess what? We already had a offhand bell. Fine, no big whoop. Alright, so where do we go turn in? All the way up there. Okay, let's go. Are we in combat? I don't want to be in combat with that guy. Huh. Alright, let's heal ourselves a little bit. I meant to leave the combat area. Alright. Yep, get down here to the flight path. We'll fly over and we'll turn in the world quest. See what kind of goodies we get, and that will be it. And you will have seen some gameplay combat of the Disc Priest. Like I said, you pretty much, if you follow the rotation, you'll never die out in the world unless you get totally overwhelmed. Even then, if you can run and shield and dot, you should be fine. So we'll go turn this in. That'll wrap up this. I'll do my outro now while we're waiting to turn in. So disc still feels like the same old disc. The new world, it's fun to play in because it's new, which I want to keep new. So this will be the last I play in beta. But so far so good. I don't want to do the mod. People are out exploring, Torghast. I don't want to do any of that because I don't want to get burnt. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try out Shadow Priest. I'll have a much shorter video because I'm not trying to teach you anything about Shadow Priest because I'm not a Shadow Priest expert. I just want to see what the gameplay feels like, and I'll share that with you coming up here shortly. But you know, we'll see, and however it feels will determine whether or not I stick with disc or whether or not I change over to Shadow. So we will see that very, very shortly. Look at this. It's beautiful. What do we get? What do we get? Tribute of the Ascended.
Our covenant holds.
We got Chronicled Combat Meditations. Infuse 325 stored anima into your covenant's reservoir. Holy cow. And a 171 headpiece. I'll take that. Verse Mastery, my two worst things. But whatever. We'll keep the other one just in case. What does it look like? Ah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's a pretty cool looking headpiece. Alright, let's see if I click on this, if it immediately sends... No. Requires the Sanctum Reservoir. Well, where's my Sanctum Reservoir? I want to find my Sanctum Reservoir. Oh, you have another quest?
I am honored you stand beside
Speak to Hafis. Bring it to Hafis at once. He will ensure it's kept. Okay, so... This is where we go and turn in the anima. Oh no! Am I gonna die? Just for the record, if you fall off the platform, they bring you back up. Very nice. File that away. Sanctum upgrades. Oh, yeah. Deposit anima into your sanctum's reservoir. Show me the sanctum. Oh. Click to deposit anima from your bags directly into the reservoir. Deposits all stored anima all at once. 970. So I guess this fills up. This is your sanctum reservoir. Transport network. Restore anima to the anima conductor. Restore anima to the dormant transportation portals. Restore anima to this powerful and ancient device. Once operational, allows you to siphon anima to different parts of Bastion in order to activate new challenges and adventures. Command table, lead and inspire our forces. Okay, well there's your follower tasks. An ancient rite of combat in which you act as a tactical guide for champions of Bastion, testing their mettle against a series of powerful foes. How fascinating. Well, we're going to learn about that once we start playing. In the meantime, that's it. That's Disc Priest in Shadowlands. I like it. It feels comfortable and normal. So, you know, like I said, we'll see how Shadow feels, and we'll compare, and that'll determine which one we're going to play. But hopefully this was helpful to you, and got you a little excited about Shadowlands upcoming, because it does look beautiful, and it's going to be fun for a while anyway. All right. I'll see you around. Thanks for coming by.